morning. This is going to be my Virgo reading. If you have not checked out yet, I am doing the 4 elements runes readings. I'm using the runes more and more. And so, some weeks or whatever, your reading might be cards. Others it might be runes. It just depends on what I'm divinely guided to do. I have been following my inner knowledge, my inner guidance more and more because I'm more and more connected now. I know I feel it because I've been doing a lot more sleeping. I've been eating a lot more, drinking a lot more water yesterday. I don't know, something weird happened where I had absolutely zero energy last night. I ended up in bed not feeling so good. I was real woozy. I had to get up in the middle of the night and drink some orange juice, and I don't feel like these are physical symptoms. I think that it's all a part of this energetic shifting that I've been doing myself. So some of you might be experiencing some physical symptoms. I'm not taking away from the doctor. I'm not a doctor person myself. I'm more of a natural healer. If I can't use herbs or oils or crystals or something like that to heal myself, then I also make crystal elixirs and teas and stuff and herbal smoke blends. If I can't do that, then if it gets real bad, I'll go to the doctor, but I haven't been to the doctor in years because I feel like a lot of times they will diagnose us with shit that we will like believe to be true. I believe there's a lot of misdiagnoses out there. And once again, my disclaimer right here is, if you're sick, go see a doctor. But, be careful of Googling information, looking for like symptoms, trying to figure out what's wrong with you because, sure enough, you will align to that. You'll believe that. And before you know it, you'll be on a bunch of meds. And, a lot of side effects, and one med leads to like another condition and another. At one point I was on like 15 different medications. That was years ago because I don't do that anymore, but I don't know why that came up for somebody, so I was divinely guided to talk about it. We have the Queen of Swords, and excuse me, I'm still having a lot of ascension symptoms and it's hard for me to hold the cards very long. We have the Queen of Swords, and literally the message that came through with this was racking your brain out. Have you ever heard that expression? I'm racking my brain out. It's pretty much older expression. You have to be closer to my age. But trying to figure something out by using your mind, and your mind will always mislead you. It will always take you to somewhere you don't want to be at because you are aligning to things as you're thinking them. Understand, every time you try to give meaning to a situation, you are creating a whole scenario. So what I've been telling myself for the past 2 days is everything is as it should be. Everything is as it should be. And just accept everything right now as it is. Because when you don't resist your outer circumstances, that is when they can change. And that is the energy that I'm getting with this, is that you've been racking your brains out trying to figure out a solution to whatever problems that you're having right now. And the message that's coming through is that you just need to stop resisting and just surrender to it. And do tell yourself a different story, a higher vibrational story. So instead of trying to figure it out, tell yourself it's done. Whatever it is that you've been wanting, it's done, and stop worrying about it. That is the message that's coming through for that, because to clarify that, we have the Empress card. And when I think of the Empress or Emperor, I think of this powerful king or queen, and it could be the same energy. I feel like it's the same energy as this card, but in this card, this Empress or Emperor is more grounded and more in a place of faith and more surrendered, and understanding that there is more going on than what meets the eye. every situation we align to, okay, let's say, for example, you have created this whole scenario by trying to rack your brains out, and you have aligned to it, and you're like, God, this is shitty as hell. I don't like this. But there's a reason for it. I know I had aligned to some bullshit over the past few days, and I wanted to judge it. I wanted to be like, man, this is awful. And then when I realized that it was creating more growth, more maturity, more faith. It was a situation that's helping me to surrender more, to release more, to really step back and take back my own power and detach further. And when I realized this, I was like, it's perfect. And that is the reason why, I did align to it. And could I have gotten here easier, so to speak? Yes, but if I had gotten here easier, I would have already been in the mindset I needed to be in. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. If I hadn't aligned to it, I would have already been where I needed to be. So I took the path I was divinely guided to take. So that's why I said that there are no mistakes. No mistakes whatsoever. But with that being said, do try to be mindful and try to consciously create. But if you do create something out of a fear that shows up, it's still being guided. It's still perfect. Because you're able to clear that. That's coming up for you to look at. And if you're mindful and conscious of it, that's even better. Because that means it won't come back again. We have the Knight of Cups. And basically the energy that I drew a blank there for a minute. I told you I've been in a mind fog. With this Knight of Cups here, what I'm basically getting with this is somebody offering you like an olive branch, or trying to come towards you, and they want you to forgive them. They want you to understand that everything that happened was just like I said, it had to happen that way. And you aren't seeing things clearly right now. And a lot of people end up stuck in their ego for years. And you might miss the boat, might miss the train ride with somebody who you are supposed to be with, because you won't forgive them for something they've done in the past. And the message that's coming through is, do you want to have a meaningful, intimate relationship, or do you want to be right? Because this person is holding out that olive branch. And a lot of times, I've said this before, that we simulate experiences, that we're having. We're divinities having human experiences, and so we simulate them. So if you look at whatever's happened as something that you simulated out of the fears that you had, that's how you created the situation. It's a lot easier to not place blame on others. Now, am I saying let people just treat you like shit and not have boundaries? No. In fact, you might have produced a situation that is teaching you just that. You could never, ever go wrong by putting yourself first. Never. That is how you set healthy boundaries. Putting yourself first. I'm not saying put up with bad behavior. But what I'm saying is release the past and forgive this person that's coming in. Because we have this whale, this breach card, and I feel like possibly they might have breached your loyalty. Maybe they were dishonest, and understand this dishonesty and this disloyalty that I feel that is coming through with this person here is something. Remember I said that you might align to a situation, and don't judge it, because it's there to teach you something, to show you something. A lot of times people are showing us something a part of ourselves that we have denied. I know and I have been talking a lot about this in other videos this week. You have to find your core wound. Your core wound would be something that possibly happened to you in childhood. With me, it was the man I thought was my dad abandoned me when I was 8. He left. He walked out of the family. And it took a while for me to determine what my core wound was, because I thought it was, abandonment issues, of course, daddy issues, intimacy issues. But I actually had to reactivate that core wound over the past 2 days with the shit that I said that I aligned to. I'm telling you, I've been going through some things. To realize that it is the fear of rejection. That is what it is. And so now that I'm conscious of it, I was able to go back and see that, yes, my greatest fear has been my greatest teacher, because I have aligned to a lot of situations where I felt rejected over and over and over again. Well, now that I'm conscious of it, it won't come back. So with this breach of loyalty, quite possibly you haven't been loyal to yourself. Maybe you've been dishonest to yourself. Maybe you have rejected parts of yourself. So do take a look at it, because this situation that happened, the one where this person's holding you an olive branch now, was to show you what your core wound was. So take a look at that so it doesn't keep showing up. And do take the olive branch. Do accept this apology. Whether or not you decide to go any further with it, follow your heart. Stay out of your head, because I'm telling you, your head is where your ego's at. And so many people, like I said, miss that boat of opportunity by not wanting to forgive somebody for something they've done. People change. We have the Page of Coins. Basically, the message that I'm getting with this card, and I saw a quote on Instagram, I think it was yesterday, and it said, "You doubt yourself, but there are people," like I can't remember how it went. It was something like, "You doubt yourself, but there are people that really look up to you and admire you." And so sometimes we have to see ourselves through other people's points of view and other people's eyes. And a lot of people don't like having so-called haters. Like I said, I hate labels. But, that's that hater energy. And so, like, if you have haters or whatever, some people love having haters. Some people, because it validates them. It makes them feel good. They love that kind of negative vibe. But my daughter, who is, like, wise beyond her own years, she told me that haters are nothing more than admirers who want to be you. So try to picture how your haters view you. And that is how you need to view yourself. That is the message that I'm getting with this card. So kind of step outside of yourself for a while and look as if you are looking in. And see how others see you. How powerful and how amazing they think you are. And that is the point that you need to get to. Compassion for the inner critic. Pay attention to that self-critical voice within you and all of us. Try saying, "I know you criticize me because you are suffering. I want to care for you." Better than that, stop looking at that inner voice as something separate from you. I know there for a while I'm like, damn, is there like a trinity? There was me, my ego, my soul self. I'm like, damn, how many of that? Do I have multiple personality syndrome? Until I realized that actually all there ever was me. First of all, I am a soul. I'm not my body. I am a divine soul, eternal soul that I've always been around. I'll always take some sort of form, even after this physical body dies, that took on this conditioning in this lifetime, or timeline as I like to call it, because I wanted to learn the fear of rejection. I wanted to learn that human experience. And the soul holds all of that knowledge of all that you've ever been and all of the lessons you've ever learned, because the soul is evolving and growing too. So that inner critic is that conditioning that you've taken on. So start telling it to, before you tell it to be quiet, accept it and love it, because it's been through a lot. And then if it'll start coming up less and less. And then when it comes up, after a while you have to be like, look, I understand, but I'm not trying to hear you, because what you're saying is not true anyway. So that is the point that you have to get to with this card. We have the Eight of Cups. And basically this is connecting to your inner guidance. This is also making a wish, setting your intentions. And the other theme that's come up this whole past week is energy. Like you can say, okay, I have the intention that I want to get a better job, make more money. But make sure that is the energetic signal that you're sending out. Make sure you're not sending the signal out. Man, I want to make more money, but I know I live in the Midwest, so it's, a lot of factories here. So what if you say, but man, I really don't want to work in one of them factories. I'll be bored to death. I've heard they're hot. There's a lot of drama. I really don't want that job. So be specific, and not only be specific, but be very aware of the energy that you're sending out, the energetic signal. Because I know I've said before, and understand I have said early on that if I ever contradict myself, it's because I have learned more and my energy's changed. And I'm not actually contradicting myself, I'm adding to it. Because I'm always saying what you feel. You are not manifesting with what you feel. You're only manifesting with your mind. But you are manifesting with your energetic vibe. And how do you get that energetic vibe? It is your thoughts and your beliefs in your thoughts and how you feel about those thoughts. So do honor your feelings. Start telling yourself better stories. Stay out of your head. Believe those stories that you're telling yourself that are higher vibrational, that are more in alignment to what you want. And then naturally, your feelings and your vibes will tend to align to that. So that is what you need to get to with this Make-A-Wish card. And I am getting that you need to meditate more. This will help you to relieve some of that stress that you're feeling up here, that anxiety. Plus, you'll be able to connect your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, whoever is there to guide you. And you will also connect to your own inner knowledge that way too. That message came up. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So I do feel like that's that same energy as this up here as far as letting go, forgiving, releasing the past. Because I do feel like someone is returning if they haven't already. And when they return, you need to ask yourself, always ask yourself, why is it that I want this person in my life? If it is anything having to do with, I want them to fulfill a void, fulfill me, make me feel complete, make me happy, I love the way they make me feel, then your intentions are not from a pure place. Your intentions are actually from a very conditional place. I don't watch a lot of TV, but, I was laid up in the bed last evening, and I was watching on Netflix, I was watching Coraline. And it takes me forever to pick a program to watch because I have to be like guided to watch it, and I was guided to watch it. If you've never watched Coraline, her and her family, they moved to this, like, you know, eccentric town, island, whatever it is, and they move into like this really old Victorian style house. It's called this pink house, and there's all these eccentric neighbors. But she finds this doll that looks just like her, but it's got button eyes. And she ends up going through this door, and she goes to this alternate universe where, because understand, her parents were always busy. They weren't paying her any attention whatsoever. And she goes to this door to this alternate universe, and it's like her other mom or other dad, and everything's perfect. And her other mom is like fixing her amazing food, and she's got amazing clothes. Her room is beautiful. She's got this beautiful garden to play in. They're really paying really good attention to her, and she just loves it. And then she's like, you know, she kind of sees things for what they are, and something doesn't feel right. She's ready to go home, and this other mom won't let her go home. And she's like, the other mom says, you have to stay here so I can love you. You're not allowed to leave. And she gets all crazy. And Coraline's like, well, if you love me, you have a crazy way of showing it. This is not how you show love. And so, and she, you know, I had to go through all these changes to get back to the other door to her regular parents, and things changed, and, you know. But the energy that I was getting, that I got with the movie, the message that I got with the movie was, that was to show what isn't love. And a lot of times we overgive. A lot of times we want to really put our best foot forward so that that person won't leave. We want them to stay. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever leave me. She said, I want you to stay here so I can love you. You know, do definitely know what love is and what love isn't. And anytime you place those conditions on somebody, I want you to stay here to make me happy, or fulfill me some kind of way. Those are conditions. And true love cannot exist in those conditions. Because once you do these things that I said that I really feel like you need to be working on, these are the messages that are coming through from Spirit. I feel like these things can come to you on a chariot. And that even includes this partner that you seek. Can come to you very quickly, because understand there's not time, there's only energy, and we align to energy. So basically tell yourself it's already done. Surrender the outcome. Don't have expectations as far as needing this person to fulfill you. Tell yourself, and I've been doing that too, I've been telling myself, you know what, I want the conversation. I want to get to know him better once we're past all this triggering. I want to be able to sit and be on the same wavelength with somebody. You know, tell yourself stuff like that instead of you need them to fulfill you, because then you can align to this timeline where you are together with this person. But you have to do what I said. Came up, sorry, my stomach's growling. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Triggers are nothing but road signs showing you what you need to work on. So instead of, a lot of times we try to avoid triggers, but triggers are just what we need. I know I had isolated myself for a while, and I thought, no, I'm not. I'm so sick of being triggered. I just want to be in my house. I want to be away from people. I don't want to interact with anyone. I don't want anyone saying anything to me that's going to trigger me in any type of way. But those triggers are necessary for you to actually feel stuff and actually get in touch with that core wound I was talking about. Because those triggers are leading you and guiding you, showing you what needs worked on, what you need to address. Because once you're mindful of it, you can rise above it. And it might always be there, but it won't control your life anymore. Temperance is all about balance. And so basically what we do is we balance out our energy as far as those fears that are coming up. And like I said, you'll never be completely fear-free, but you will be able to rise above them to where you'll be balanced and you will be filling your own cup. Wow. Filling your own cup, and you won't need someone else to come in and fill that void for you anymore, because you know what? There won't be one. And so this is the point that you need to get to, where you can balance. And these flowers are interesting too. There for a while, I was buying myself flowers every week. I thought, you know what? I don't need anybody to buy me flowers. I'll buy them for myself. I need to go get some, by the way. Altar dedication. So basically what I'm getting with this, I have a deity, a goddess. She's my saint, and I have an altar in the corner. My altar's over there in the corner to her, if you can kind of see. I know my living room is very hodgepodge, very eclectic, but I have an altar to her. Her name's Santa Marta la Dominadora, and I do honor her on my altar. So basically, I'm feeling like whoever is your higher power right now will help you basically through what you're going through, and that's why meditation is important, so you can connect and you can actually know. I got to going on this journey that I'm on, and Christianity no longer even resonated with me anymore. I tend now to see the Bible as more of a history book. Jesus was an ascended master and a teacher. I've aligned to, my own guidance, my own spiritual guidance, because I don't need religion anymore. So do connect your higher power, because this balancing that you're doing, a lot of times it's an addiction. It's addictive qualities to it. We can be addicted to people and things, substances. Temperance is usually about addiction also. But it could be a person. It could be anything. It could be food. It could be retail. So as you're balancing right now, do connect to your inner guidance that will help you to break this connection and this attachment that you have to things and people, so that you can take back your own power. We have a ship, and we have a railroad. And earlier I was saying that if you do not forgive and get out of your ego, that you're going to miss the ship or the train. I swear I can't do that again. That's crazy. That's such a synchronicity, because I was talking about until a lot of people miss the boat or miss the train of someone that, they're really divinely guided to be with, that is for them, because they can't let shit go. So once again, this is saying let shit go, let the past go, do surrender. Let me see what this card says. Dearest you, do you know how much we love you and want to help you? We are here for you, and we hear you ask for guidance, but you must let go and let us help you. Surrender. You don't have to do it all. You've done your part, now let us do ours. You would be awestruck if you knew how many strings were pulled through the matrix to give you what you need and desire. Spirit has a plan, and when you sign up to be a co-creator, you need to remember to allow the partnership. It's not one-sided. Your desires and plans meet up with those of Spirit. Remember, though, Spirit's timetable and ideas of how things will play out may be quite different from yours. Trust me, Spirit's ideas are amazing. Now let go and let us do the magic. Pay attention to other areas of your life, and before you know it, a miracle will take place. We love you so much. And so that's what I was saying about before. Tell yourself it's already happened. It's already so. It's already happened. And surrender and let go. Because there's no time anyway. All there is energy. And focus on yourself right now. And I'm telling you, that is the magical energy to bring you everything that you need and everything that you want right now is self-focus. Well, this is your video, Virgo. Do check out my other videos. If you'd like to have a video chat with me, they're $40. You get about 30 minutes of my time. We can talk the whole time. I can pull cards. However, it's your half hour to use however you want it. And you can pay through PayPal or Cash App. I'll include those links in the description of the video. Or if you're kind of antisocial like I am and you just prefer me to send you a video with the cards, I can do that. Same price. Or if you'd like to make an energy donation, once again, those are welcome too. So thank you for watching.